Live, and so are we, and we're here with two people that you might recognize from a couple of years ago because they were here to pick up all the awards then, and they're here to pick up most of the awards now, along with Mike and Jill. So we try to predict the winners here, and it's Marion Kerr and Brian Crewe. That's good for Porky Pig. It's Marion Kerr and Brian Crewe. Anyway, oh, by the way, people are always wondering, where can we find out more about cartoons? And there's one number you can always call. That's 1-800-552-BUGS, B-U-G-S, 1-800-552-BUGS. Call them anytime, and they'll tell you all about cartoons, the history of cartoons, whatever. They're my friends down there, and they're the encyclopedia of cartoons. And we just got a call that said, where can I find out about the Bugs Bunny cartoon, the Yosemite Sam, and he climbed a tall ladder and dive into, you know that one?
Like a couple of
Yeah,
them.
oh yeah. And they'll know the name of it, the date of it, and everything else, and they even have photos of it and cells of that particular show. They have cells of every single one. Now, a cell was what we were talking about earlier, where the artist, draw the 24 frames per second.
Yeah.
So can you imagine? You have all these artists doing
sounds like a lot
24
of work.
frames.
That's why I use actors.
That's why you use actors.
Yeah.
And he's the director of the film called Far. It's a short. And Marion wrote it, as she has. You've written, I'm sure, so many things.
I mean, so many.
We've lost count.
Oh, yeah, we don't.
But he said, Brian says, why don't you write some more? Because he loves directing what she writes. And she's such a good writer.
Makes it easy.
Yeah. And, it's all in the written word. If you don't have it on paper, you don't have it. You don't try to ad-lib a film, because it never works. Even a radio comedy sketch, ad-libs never work. We did about 9,000 sketches called Super Fun, of which some of the promos you're listening to, over the past 45 years. And every time that the funniest people would get in the studio and say, well, let me do an ad lib about whatever it is, you have to edit so much out of it. The written word and the writer is the key in Hollywood. And it is with any kind of film.
Yeah.
So if you don't have it on paper, you don't have a film.
It
I don't
makes it a
care
lot
how good the
easier.
director is.
I'll
Yeah.
say that, just as an actor, like if it's,
There's
if
a
it's,
roadmap.
yeah. I always thought, too, that the scripts that were the best written were the ones that were really easy to memorize.
Yeah.
And things where you find yourself tripping up a lot, you're like, oh,
Yeah.
this isn't my fault.
Yeah,
This is
very true.
This is this is the writer's fault.
Well, I got to know more about your film.
Go ahead.
The film is basically it's about a first date, and basically when an ordinary boy meets this extraordinary girl, and kind of hilarity ensues because there's more to her than what seems.
We've been calling it a boy meets girl story with a sci-fi twist.
Yes.
Oh,
So-
do you notice that this year there's a lot of boy-girl films, and whether it's Jill's film, The One Nighter,
Yeah.
or the Interview Date, Mike Lemke's film, it has to do with a lot of intermix, and the wrong. It's almost like the French used to do the screen comedies, where in the 1700s and 1800s, where they would get mixed up as to the wrong person at the
Yeah.
wrong
Yeah.
time. But are these the right people that meet at this date?
Yeah,
Yes.
I think so.
they're the right people at the right time and the right place in their lives.
Yes, I
Yes.
think so.
But
the
it's
right moment.
it's a comedy.
Yeah, it is.
Absolutely.
It's totally a romantic comedy. It's very sort of old-fashioned Hollywood throwback, I think.
Yeah.
It's, as far as very family-oriented, and but it's got a twist, like you said, a science fiction twist to it, which is fun.
Well, we're seeing now. That's today also, or today if you're watching it's Friday. It's Friday. What time do you think that is?
1:30.
1:30.
Yep.
So that's when all the shorts are being shown. But you can go over there earlier and watch the whole day of film. But be sure you go over there at 1:30 because Interview Date and Far are both going to be on the short list.
Only $5.
And they've won probably almost as many film festivals
you can see that.
as Mike has.
We got.
Oh my gosh.
We were tallying them before we
Yeah.
came on, and we have a few more than Mike does.
Yeah, just a few.
Maybe not.
Plus, the
that's
critics
a-
love us, so.
Yeah.
And so we
I don't
always
know if you got
predict
that, Mike,
we always
but- Yeah.
predict the winners here. But Mike and you are going to be in competition.
Well,
there's
you
probably,
can call it
but they-
competition.
they-
Yeah, I mean,
sometimes
he'll
the-
be there also. I
And
don't
I'm
know if
going to
that's
give
really
out the
competition.
awards, so possibly I can, if you came in second or first, I can always say you both came in first.
Or you
They're
could say
gonna-
we came in first.
I mean,
Whatever.
We're repeat customers. We've been here before.
This
Oh,
is
that's
true.
right.
Yeah.
This is our
Repeat
second
customers.
time at the
Watch
Big Bear
out,
Lake
Mike.
Film
These are
Festival,
repeat
so-
customers, and I'm giving
Yeah.
out the award for the shorts.
You see how this works?
Huh? They're what?
There have been ties before.
That's right.
Yes.
It's right.
But there doesn't have to be one, does there?
No, I don't.
Does
Maybe
there
it
not?
does. Now you have something you can show us about.
do.
Oh, Shay, are you ready to put on their?
Okay. The film trailer.
They've got a great film trailer, so pay attention to this film trailer. And here it comes.
So, what are we doing tonight?
Do you like beer?
Yes.
Where are you from?
Of course you do, because you directed it. To edit like that and
I-
put the
I
whole story in.
I edited the film as well.
You edited the film as
Yes,
well.
I do. So I
You
know exactly how hard it is.
Nowadays, when you go to the theater or you see it on television, the the trailer. That's the name. That's the Hollywood name for the trailer. People don't understand what a trailer is. They think it's something you can get into and drag around in a car.
Yeah.
But a trailer is what the film is all about in
In a short
30
form,
to
yeah.
60 seconds.
Yeah.
You have to be a brilliant editor to show what a film is about nowadays, because it comes at you like this. People are used
Yeah.
to fast cuts. Since MTV, they're used to cuts like this. That's what started the fast cuts.
Yeah.
And you have to be a heck of a director to tell a story in 30 or 90 seconds, 60 seconds. And talking about that, we have a
Oh,
Listen
we're
to
gonna put comparison.
comparison,
so
slowing
excited.
down.
And now, the greatest spectacle in motion picture history.
You can't compete with that.
4,000 elephants, 7,000 camels, 2,000 tropical birds, and 90 enraged orangutans, all appearing in Mondo Goldwyn Craven's production of New York City After Dark. So terrifying, no one admitted until the last 5 minutes of film. $5,000 insurance in case you die of fright. See it several times and build up an estate for your kids. Produced by Warnout Brothers for Kremen Studios, the home of Arg, the Wonder Toad.
I feel like we should just go home.
I need
Like,
to
we should
reshoot this
just,
now.
yeah. We got some work to do. We'll be back.
I have to go corral some orangutans.
I always like produced by Warnout Brothers. Home of
Warnout Brothers.
Warnout Brothers, home of Arg the Wonder Toad. You can see Warnout Brothers here. Because that's where all the cartoons come from. Again, that number for cartoons, 1-800-552-BUGS.
You got
They'll
that.
tell you all about cartoons. Okay, how did you come about writing? Did this happen to you, this date?
No, I wish. I really do, but it did not. No, it came about because Brian and I worked together before, and we were talking about him working together on a short, and we talked about me writing it, and I'm pretty lazy when it comes to writing, so I told him if he would give me a log line, then
Like a premise.
we would go from there. And I wish I could tell you the log line, but it would kind of give away the movie. But he basically emailed me or texted me a sentence, and then a month
And then
later,
then she said, "That sounds horrible."
I didn't say it sounded horrible. I thought in my head all the ways it could go wrong, because it's, again, the science fiction element of
Oh,
the
yes.
premise is very tangible. And I thought, I could see, like, I saw a lot of bad versions of this movie in my head, and then I tried to think of the things about it that could be interesting and surprising, and then it just, what I would enjoy watching about it, and then it just was kind of born out of that.
And how long is it?
It's 20 minutes.
20 minutes. Most of the shorts are 20 minutes. Craig, Mike, your short is 20 minutes also?
It's 12.
12.
Oh, 12.
Interview date is 12.
That's it? That's all?
Ah.
That's all you got.
Oh, really? All
So
right.
you might lose against the 20-minute film. So this time you could.
Got double
And I
film.
see all these film festivals. Do you have to pay your own way to all these film festivals?
Most of them, yeah. But I mean, it's
they're all over the world.
we try.
So
I mean, that's the idea, is
if
getting
you
out
make
there.
a short even, you're spending thousands of dollars to get to the different film festivals all over the world.
Yeah, I'm going to Atlanta and Fort Lauderdale coming up in a couple weeks. Unfortunately, I'm missing Chicago and I think Seattle,
Yeah.
but we're playing all over the place.
and then you got to go to Europe to do the rest and talk
Absolutely.
about it. My gosh.
And that's when it gets really difficult.
But see,
Yeah.
shorts aren't shown in the theaters unless we have in Santa Monica a theater that does nothing but show shorts now, which is kind of interesting. But most theaters used to show a short and a cartoon and a newsreel and then the feature. Now that time is taken by coming attractions
Yeah.
and trailers because they want to promote the next thing. They don't want you running out of the theater during the coming attraction. So that's really quick. Then the feature goes back on.
Yeah.
So the shorts are difficult. They usually get on television, on cable, things like that, or you can buy them. We have a phone call. Who might this be? Are you on the phone? Hello? This is Channel... Oh, yeah?
I'm calling to see if you have any comment on the rumor that the Chumash Indians are building a RV park out by the Mormon church.
Your thoughts, man?
That's absolutely correct. The Chumash Indian tribe, which hasn't been around for how many years, are building an RV park in the Mormon church. You didn't even know that?
Yeah, I heard something about it, Winnebago something, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah, that's it. It's going to be in the Mormon church, and in the RV park, they'll use it part of the time for the services and part of the time for camping. But this is part of the comedy show, by the way. And the fellow that's calling is an amazing comedian, and you should go see him sometime. I won't give the name. He's the masked comedian at the Mormon church. Anyway, the masked comedian, I'm sure glad that you called because we're going to see you. I know you appear in many different disguises all around town. And even I remember one time you appeared as a karate instructor at Puma Karate.
Sometimes I do a shtick out in front of the ice cream parlor downtown.
Oh, we'll catch that also.
Can you come
But
to our screen?
basically, if you're going to be at any time at Puma Karate, we'll catch that too because he does a comedy karate bit, which is really amazing.
Awesome.
Anyway, thank you very much
We
for
would like him
calling.
to come to the screening
Yeah,
today.
please come.
Please come.
Yeah.
He's going to
We
come to
want
the
to
screening.
meet. 1:30 today at the
I will.
North Theater.
Really?
Awesome.
Next Wednesday, I'll be at the pet benefit at the Free Pizza Parlor.
Oh yeah, the pizza parlor. That's right. You're going to be at the pepperoni night at the Village Pizza. Definitely be there.
I understand they have an aardvark and a gorilla they're giving away, so I can't miss that.
Free gorillas.
We can get the
Yes,
orangutans. for
thank
the
you
next
very
one
much
there.
for calling.
So,
All right, thank you.
See you later. We have some great comedy people.
hadn't noticed.
We're going to see interview date today, which is Friday if you're watching this show. And it's going to be at 1:30. Get there a little early. Have an ice cream next door. Come on down.
Say hi
They're
to
going to
us.
start at 10:30 this morning. And for $5 you can see the whole thing, right? You can.
$5 for just the one block of films.
I see.
If you want to see the entire
Fire.
for 2 days.
2 days, how much?
Either
$7,000. But it's worth it. What?
$35.
$35 for
And I
every
think
film.
It's $50 if you do all 3 days.
$50.
Films. And then the evening events are a bit more. Each event, I think, there's an opening gala tonight.
An opening
It's
gala
$25.
tonight, that's right. And the food is
different.
amazing. But if you go down to the pack during the day, you can get a card and do the whole shtick. And
$100 will get you a pass for
for everything,
single
$100.
entire weekend,
Oh my gosh.
Every party,
every meal, and you can eat yourself into a coma at every place. It's really, really worth it. If
And you can meet us. It's just,
Yes,
yeah.
if you're a big spender, $100. Oh, look at the time is creeping up on us. We've got time for one more movie promo because that's what we do. Movies.
Coming soon to a theater near your Aunt Ethel. Now, at last, the most spectacular motion picture ever filmed. The entire history of the whole world. See scenes you'll never forget. Scenes like this. And scenes like this. And even scenes like this. Only CinemaScope could capture the magnificent splendor of 200,000 Roman soldiers as they attack Fond du Lac, Wisconsin.
Yes, history as it really was, back in the good old days. See
The entire history of the whole world.
a rank production.
Wow.
So this is what you're in for during the next 3 days. We have so many wonderful, wonderful movies, films. You know, in Hollywood, we call it films. People get mad at us if we're going to go see a film. People, you know, since the early 20s have called it movies. But a film is the Hollywood way of saying it's a little more culture, and we're going to see a film, and we've got one more minute before we say goodbye. You've got to see Jill Jarris's film, The One Nighter, and that's Saturday, 10 a.m. at Village Theater, and you've got to see Mike Lemke's interview date, 1:30, and Marion Kerr and Brian Crewe. The Far is the short. Excuse me. 1:30. Get there early, see all the shorts, and you'll see why they're all going to win top awards.
Just ours.
Just
just
and you can find out more about Far Short at farshort.com.
Farshort.com.
Yes.
Aha.
My website. Yeah.
So tune it in,
See you
turn
next
it
week.
on, and we'll see you next week. And as Porky Pig would say, we have to get off the air, don't we? That's all, folks.